Yesterday we had an initial chat with Dr. James Lindsay, who is touring the country as a guest of the Free Speech Unit, and he's a really interesting guy. And what I like about him, he's done some very funny stuff with bogus woke academic papers that they've sold to point out how silly a lot of wokeness is, and it really seems to be an issue that we're talking about now. But unfortunately, he also attracts, as many people do in that sort of sphere of endeavour, he attracts controversy. And the Free Speech Union have been battling, well, I don't know if it's a massive movement against Dr. Lindsay coming here, but some particularly obnoxious trolls. We're joined now by our mate Jonathan Ayling from the Free Speech Union. Jonathan, you had to change a venue for James's first speech. Why was that?
Look, we've got 4 public events with James Lindsay here. There's about 27 functions that we're going to be doing with him over the course of a week, and 4 of them are public meetings. Unfortunately, 3 of those 4 public meetings have had to be relocated and thankfully not rescheduled at all. And this is part and parcel of the work that we do. Every year we bring in 4 or 5 international speakers, and it's not uncommon for just a handful of pesky interferers that achieve very little. Their strategy is pretty faulty. We've never not had an event go forward, but they contact these venues. And look, Sean, if we were inclined, these are pretty defamatory lies that are presented to these venues about the perspective
Jonathan,
or the views.
I want to raise a bigger issue. We need to change our culture so that the people who run these venues are not afraid of the trolls.
That's exactly right. These venues actually only embolden cancel culture by giving into it. And so, for example, last night, our Auckland event, we had about 250 people show up. We were set to be on the North Shore at the Beehive venue at Smiles Farm there. It's a fantastic venue there. We've used it in the past. And Friday last week, 2 working days out from the event, we got a letter just saying your booking has been cancelled. We had paid in full thousands of dollars, but they said, look, we'll refund it and bugger off. And that's why we're actually taking them to the district court. At that point, they're a private
You're
venue.
taking the venue. But what about
That's
the
correct.
people? They should disclose the people who've been contacting them, and you should sue those people on a very obscure point of law called, as I remember, tortious interference.
Yeah, look, Sean, there's a strong legal case there, and that's what my team keeps on telling me, and I think that's absolutely the wrong approach, because all these people want is attention, and ultimately we'll take the venue to court. We will win there. It's a pretty clear case of breach of contract, and if we wanted to take, we know exactly who is doing this. It's a very small outfit, really. It's one person, and it's probably better that they're just not given the attention that they're so desperately seeking.
Well, he's a particularly weird guy, obsessive guy, the guy we're talking about. And if you don't want to mention his name, let's not. No, we won't use it. He's very obnoxious. He seems to have an organisation which is just him in his mum's basement by the looks of it. But the problem is, until you really make it super uncomfortable for him, the cancel culture still exists, Jonathan.
I agree, and really, I think what you're pointing out is that we need a cultural change where venues won't give into this, and I think individuals like this will always exist. What we need to do is just go, it doesn't work anymore, and I think because of how talented and professional my team is, we always have backup venues prepared. We're always ready to move to Plan B. Last night was a fantastic event right in the heart of Auckland. No problems at all. This is what really frustrates me, though, Sean, is that people cheering on that, allegedly the Free Speech Union can't platform James Lindsay anymore, but none of them show up. You did a
very funny piece of social media last night. You basically, from the new venue, said, "Oh, we're under siege. Let's go outside and see what we're dealing with." Empty car park.
That's exactly right. These are internet trolls. They're keyboard warriors. These people are not serious individuals who have good arguments. They don't have the courage or conviction to show up and actually make their case. And at that point, Sean, I think the best approach is to ignore them. The people we need to deal with are those that are engaging in commercial contracts, that are taking money for this.
But that is off the back of, 10 years 10 years where this culture took hold of this country, cancel culture.
That's right.
And people are acting out of fear and commercial fear. It's like the story we're looking into the moment with this outfit called Group M, who appear to be doing a kind of woke rainbow tick on our news media organisations. And it's all based on, if we don't agree with you, we will cancel you. We'll make sure you go out of business.
That's right. Yeah, and that's exactly why James Lindsay is here. This is exactly what he's here to talk about. And Sean, to an extent, he's talking about the phenomenon of the woke right as well. You know, we see people. I'm actually standing in the Destiny Church car park right now. I'm going into an interview. We're doing a 3-hour session with James Lindsay and Brian Tamaki because the Free Speech Union, for the good work that Brian Tamaki may do in the community or his Man Up program, we have been critical of his approach on some of the issues that we recognise are problems. But we must reject the same tactics that over the past 10 years we have opposed. We must not become what our enemy is.
Yeah. Where is James speaking next?
So tonight he's in Tauranga. Tomorrow night he's in Wellington. We've got some fantastic venues that have stood by us there in Tauranga, and then at Parliament itself in Wellington, and then Friday night in Christchurch at the City Hall.
Okay.
And so all those details are on our website at fsu.nz.
fsu.nz. Good on you, Jonathan. Keep up the good fight. Good luck for today.
Thanks, Sean.
Cheers. That is Jonathan Ayling from the Free Speech Union.